What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tyler Egan. I'm a certified personal trainer, a weight loss specialist, and a fitness nutrition specialist. And all that really means is I can help you burn fat and build muscle. The one thing that doesn't tell you though is just how obsessed, and I mean that literally, how obsessed I am with the human body and the way humans move. The human body is designed to be able to withstand over 100 years of life. The issue is we just don't know how to maintain it. So in today's video, I'm gonna be going over a very simple introductory mobility routine that can help you with things like knee pain, back pain, hip pain, shoulder pain, but ultimately give your body the fighting chance it deserves to live a long and pain-free life. I'm gonna be breaking this down into 3 separate videos where we'll start with ankle and hip mobility or lower body mobility. Then we'll work our way up the kinetic chain and work on our upper body. And then we'll round it off with some stability work. When I say mobility, it's an umbrella term, meaning it's a multi-pronged approach. You need to work on lengthening shortened and weakened muscles. You need to work on mobilizing stiff muscles. And then we need to work on muscles that are meant to stabilize joints. So the last video will be a simple stability routine that will help you clean up your posture, give your joints a fighting chance, and give you a lot more stability throughout your body. What you'll need is a foam roller and a lacrosse ball. Foam rollers are like 10 to 15 bucks on Amazon, and lacrosse balls are probably like $3. These videos will go hand in hand with a mobility program I just launched that's listed for free on my website. The link will be down below. So let's get started. Okay, so first up, we're gonna start with our foot and ankle complex. I highly recommend you get out of those foot coffins, get out of your socks, and do this barefoot. I'm not going to because I'm outside and I got toe socks on. So you're gonna take your lacrosse ball, baseball, tennis ball, softball, whatever ball you have, you're gonna place on the ground and you're gonna put your foot arch on it. And what we wanna do is we wanna mash up the fascia, the soft tissue that lies within our foot. Modern day footwear get our feet really encased in these, well, for lack of a better phrase, foot coffins. And that bunches our toes up, they don't function right. Our foot arches then rely on insoles and they don't function right either. And we need the foot arch, the base of our foot, the base of our being to function properly. So you're gonna get in there and you're gonna mash up the soft tissue for about 1 to 2 minutes. Trust me, it's gonna hurt at first. In order to heal, first you must feel. So get in there and do this for about a minute or 2. Make sure you do both sides. Really wanna aim to hit the arch of your foot here. Bella knows what I'm talking about. Okay, so next up you're gonna hop on the ground with your foam roller, place it on the ground, and you're gonna lay your feet out in front of you. Make sure your dog doesn't get in your way because they like to. From here, you're gonna place both your feet on the foam roller, and depending on which leg you wanna start with, you're gonna place the other foot on top of the leg you're working. Then you're gonna elevate yourself and you're just gonna roll back and forth. You really wanna aim for the calf area here and work on mobilizing the tissue within our calves. Like the foot arch mobilization, you wanna do this for about a minute or 2. Studies have shown that about 2 minutes of mobilization is enough to start to make an effect on the tissue. You can even flex your foot up and down to really work your way into the tissue there. Make sure you switch sides and again, do it for a minute or 2. Okay, last up for the foot ankle complex, we're gonna do a kneeling calf stretch. So you wanna get into a hip flexor kneeling stretch position, so like so. And you're simply just going to drive your knee over top of your foot, aiming towards the middle toe and outwards. You don't want your knee to collapse in. That means your foot arch is collapsing. And like I said, we need that thing to function properly. That's what really stabilizes your foot and gives you the base that you need to create a lot of stability at the foot and ankle. So you're gonna hold this for about 20 to 30 seconds. Make sure you're taking deep breaths and relaxing the muscle. You should feel it along the back side of the ankles. Make sure you switch sides, and again, you're gonna do this for 20 to 30 seconds. If you're looking for something a little extra, you can really work on flossing your soleus and gastro back and forth to really feel the mobilization and get that thing functioning the fashion it's supposed to. So while we're in this position, we're also gonna be doing a kneeling hip flexor stretch. We're gonna maintain an upright torso, and you really wanna think about squaring off your pelvis on your belly button back, engaging the core musculature. That way we can keep our hip flexors engaged and really feel a stretch in the front side of the hips here. So pelvis neutral, core engaged, belly button back, ribs stacked. Squeeze that back ass cheek, just take some deep breaths and try to relax these muscles. They can get very stiff from a lot of sitting. I'm gonna switch sides and relax. So you can see it from another angle. Again, you wanna square off your hips, squeeze that back butt cheek, pull the belly button back, keep your ribs stacked over your pelvis. That way these deep hip flexor muscles that attach into your pelvis and up into your spine can feel a real good stretch. Take deep breaths and breathe into the muscle and allow it to relax. Okay, so while we're in this position, we can work on a hamstring stretch. I put a list of 3 different options in there. I'm gonna go over 2 with you. First, we have the kneeling hamstring stretch. Whatever foot's behind you, you wanna keep that in the kneeling position. The front foot, you're gonna straighten out. You wanna really activate your quadriceps. Then you're gonna hinge at your hips, keeping the front side of your leg active so that it really stretches out the backside. Keeping your spine as neutral as possible. Keep the core engaged and pull the belly button back. And you're just gonna sink the hips back, and you should feel a really good stretch along the hamstrings. For this one, we're gonna be doing 3 sets of 30 seconds because the hamstrings, like your hip flexors, can get really stiff and shortened from a lot of sitting. And we're gonna switch sides. What are you doing? Again, keep the core engaged, so pull your belly button back, keep your ribs stacked over your pelvis. You wanna hinge, keeping your chest up as much as possible, and taking deep breaths and trying to relax your hamstrings. And try to breathe some air into those puppies because they need it. Speaking of puppies, what are you doing? Bella, what are you doing? The next hamstring option is a supine hamstring stretch. You're gonna lay down flat, and whatever leg you decide to start with, you're gonna lift up and you're gonna flex your foot. So point your heel up, pull your toes towards you, and you're gonna pull your leg back. I wanna think about extending your leg into your hands so you can feel a nice stretch in your hamstrings. Now, you may not be able to get it up as high as I can. That's what she said. That's okay. If you're here, that's fine. If you're even further, that's fine. The most important thing is that we're feeling a stretch in the backside of the legs. Switch sides, and again, whichever one you're doing, 3 sets, 30 seconds. Taking deep breaths, keeping your core slightly engaged so we can really keep the hips engaged. Okay, now that we're done with the hamstrings, we're gonna get into the adductors. The adductors are the muscles that lie within inside our groin. It's a series of muscles that adduct the hips or bring the knees closer to the midline of our body. Okay, so you're gonna grab your foam roller, you're gonna place it on the ground at about a 45-degree angle. You're gonna put it up inside of your groin, and you're just gonna roll back and forth on it. Find a really stiff area, something that may even hurt a little bit. You wanna stop on that area and just breathe into it. Most likely stiff tissue, and you wanna breathe into it, try to get it to relax and remobilize it. That way it won't hinder you and put you in a potentially compromised position. So roll back and forth until you find that sweet spot and take deep breaths into it. Let the muscle relax. You can even extend the leg out fully to get even more of an effect, but that's just for those who want more of a bonus. Yeah. Holy shit. My adductors get stiff. Switch sides. Shakira said it best. Your hips don't lie, my friends. Okay, next up, we're gonna be doing a lateral hip opener. And what do I mean by lateral? Well, you see, our glutes have muscles on the lateral side or the outside of our body. Our glute medius to be specific. Muscle attaches right in here and is responsible for abduction out to the side or external rotation. Here's my favorite option. It's called a rotational 4. In the program, you'll find at least 4 or 5 different exercises you can use. They all work. Don't worry about which one you decide to do. So for this one, you're gonna lay down, push your foot over top of your planted leg, and you're just gonna fall out to the side. Lay your hands out and relax your shoulders. Keep your foot firmly planted on the ground. Keep your pelvis engaged and your core, so pull your belly button back and just breathe into it. You really wanna feel the outside of the glutes open up, and this one feels amazing. If this one's too challenging for you, you can do the same position, but you don't have to rotate out to the side. You can simply sit on the ground, cross one leg over the other, hold your chest up, take deep breaths, keep your core engaged, just feel that hip open up. But like I said, there are plenty more in the program. All right, my friends, that wraps up the lower body portion of the mobility program. And my friend Shakira said this best. She's not really my friend. Your hips don't lie. If you really want to uncover the issues behind your back pain or your joint pain as a whole, look at your hips. There are so many muscles that play a role in our hips. So guys, if you took anything from this video, please leave a like on the video, drop a comment down below, let me know what other kind of mobility drills you want to see. Share this with a friend who may need some mobility in their life, which is everybody. Make sure to stay tuned for the next video where we'll be going over shoulder and thoracic spine mobility, 2 other areas of the body that really put a lot of stress on the lower back. When you clean these areas up, it makes life so much easier. I'll see you guys next time.